Okay, we are live. Good afternoon on a typical spring blustery day here at Jim Wade Field. Lady Tigers hosting Santa Rosa Lady Lions in softball. We just threw the first pitch. Hayden Millbrook throws a ball to leadoff batter number. Wind is blowing all things all around. All right, we'll get here. Turn to the right page, and that's Aria Muniz. She is the opposing pitcher, and ball two. So Raton 11-3, 4-0 in district. Santa Rosa also 4-0 in district. And so this is essentially for the lead in District 6AA. And Hayden Millbrook throws ball three, so 3-0 to the leadoff batter. Middlebrook's been having a good season. Again, Tigers 11-3. Middlebrook has 8 of those wins and 76 strikeouts as well. So head umpire wants to have a conference with Middlebrook. He can't see the rubber. Is it important for him to see the rubber?
Yeah, it is, but I can't quote you exactly.
Okay. So he has to make sure she toes the rubber. Okay.
Right, yeah, she's got to toe the rubber. I can't remember exactly what the real ruling is on it, but she's got to be just where
so
she can toe
Marty
it.
Mayfield here, of course. There's ball four. A 4-pitch walk to the leadoff batter, Aria Muniz. Raton and Santa Rosa Lions here at Jim Wade Field. That brings to the plate Alexa Diaz. She is the left fielder. And let's see, head coach Antonio Moncayo comes up and gives the head umpire something that he needs to write down. And so Alexa Diaz also bats from the right-hand side. And there is a strike. Hayden Middlebrook comes in with her first strike here, top of the first inning. We've got 1 on and no outs. There it is, strike 2. Hayden Middlebrook, a senior for the Raton Lady Tigers. 3.18 ERA. So throw over to first. Not in time. The runner is quick and goes to second, steals that base, but it's a strikeout and not a throwout. Addison Medina, the catcher for the Raton Tigers, threw it down to Jess Chatterley there at first base. But Aria Muniz, very quick and is on second with 1 out. Leah Moncayo, Lady Rams catcher, hits the first ball out of play. And this one skips in. Nice stop by Medina. She gets it on the 1 hop. Comes inside, and Moncayo steps out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, 1 out. Top of 1. Inside. Again, that stiff wind is pretty much blowing in, straight in. Maybe a little from right to left field, but we're feeling it rock the press box here, the score booth. Inside again. So 3-1 now. On Leah Moncayo. Muniz on second was issued a walk, and There's his strike. Count goes full on Moncayo. Doubleheader today. Swing and a miss. Middlebrook blew it by Moncayo. So back-to-back strikeouts. 2 gone. And Cade Chavez, the center fielder, batting cleanup, will settle in. She also bats from the right side. And she'll foul it back into the screen, strike 1. Chavez is only a sophomore. And she'll foul this one back up over the Tiger dugout down the first baseline. So it's 0-2. Two down, runner on second, top of the first, no score. Swing and a miss. Went fishing after some high heat and came up empty. So after a
gift shop in Raton is a
batter base on balls issued, it's a 1-2-3 strikeout back-to-back for Middlebrook, and no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody. Well, one left. Bottom of the first, Raton coming up to bat against the Santa Rosa Lions here at Jim Wade Field when we return in 30 seconds here on KRTN.
The All Seasons gift shop in Raton is a universe of opposites. The All Seasons has gifts from baby to geezer, male to female, cool to geek, teenager to tweener, grandpa to grandma, cook to dishwasher, religious to worldly, and inexpensive to one of a kind. No matter how many times you go back, you'll see gift ideas you hadn't seen before at the All Seasons gift shop, I-25 exit 451 in the Clayton Road in Raton, with gifts for all reasons at the All Seasons gift shop in Raton.
All right, here at Jim Wade Field, getting ready for the bottom half of the first inning. Lady Tigers will send Jennifer Materano, Addison Medina, Tess Chatterley. They will for sure face the pitcher, who is Muniz. Batting fourth is Paige Lemons. Quintana is batting fifth. Hayden Middlebrook. Then it's Vigil, Trujillo, Marquez, and the flex player is Perez for Coach Tommy Barksdale. Lady Tigers went to Las Vegas Robertson yesterday and beat the Las Vegas Robertson Cardinals 10-run, 19-9. So Lady Tigers have won 5 in a row and are on a roll here, hoping to take the lead here in District 6 AA. So Jennifer Materano, one of the seniors, she actually is batting .532, leading the regular platoon of Lady Tigers, batting .532. And she'll face Muniz. Ball 1. Materano has a .627 on-base percentage, ball 2. And she's pretty speedy. Has scored 29 runs for the Lady Tigers. And there's a strike. And that one's a little bit low. Bounces into the dirt. Moncayo digs it out. 3-1. On Raton's leadoff batter, bottom half of the first, Materano, she hits it foul. It stays in the field, but too deep for Chavez and too shallow for V. Hill there in left field. So it'll be 3-2. The count is full to Jennifer Materano, and she will muscle it fair over the third baseman's head. Materano, she's got the wheels and gets in with a stand-up double. So leadoff double for the Lady Tigers and Jennifer Materano. Addison Medina, Raton catcher. Addison batting .488. She's also got the speed. She's got 15 stolen bases right behind Materano. And Addison, up to this point, has scored 24 runs for the Lady Tigers. And she knuckles one to second base. It'll move the runner over, but they'll get the out at first. Materano, she got the speed, so she came a third of the way down from third to home, but retreats back to third with one down. And Addison Medina, with the fielder's choice, moves the runner over on the sacrifice. So runner on third with one out. And a ball is delivered to Tess Chatterley, Raton first baseman, another senior. And there's a strike. 1-1. Tess batting .446. She has 24 RBIs. She hits it hard to the second baseman. She'll have another RBI as the second baseman Chavez throws it over to first for the second out. But it brings in Jennifer Materano and the first run of the game for the Lady Tigers. And so Paige Lemons, Raton center fielder. She's batting cleanup, and she's got 5 home runs. She has some power. Looks at ball 2. Also has some speed, 14 stolen bases. She scored 27 runs. Leads the Tigers in scoring. Well, right behind Jennifer Materano. Materano with 29. And now make that 30 as Raton is ahead 1-0. That's a ball to Paige Lemons. Lemons, 31 RBIs, and right up the middle, right past the pitcher Muniz. Center fielder Chavez does get it in quickly, so Paige Lemons is aboard with a 2-out single. Showing bunt does not, and didn't make any difference. Paige Lemons is in second with a stolen base, standing up. So now 15 stolen bases for Paige Lemons. And fouled back over near the Raton dugout. Evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Jalen Quintana. She is a freshman, but man, she has 7 doubles, is batting .408, entering the game, and has a runner on second. She'll foul it off, and the count will remain 2-2. Make that 1-2. It's high. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jalen Quintana, excuse me. To third, overthrow And Paige Lemons will trot in easily with the second Raton run. Paige was going to steal third, and Moncayo tried to nail her. It went past the third baseman on a wild throw, and Paige Lemons comes in, and she has scored 28 runs now. Raton leads 2-0. Pop-up Quintana, and it's handled by the third baseman for the third out, but not before Raton gets 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We go to the top of the second inning. Raton leading Santa Rosa 2-0. Lady Tiger softball returning in a minute here on KRTN.
When it comes to protecting your family, only the best will do. And that's why when it comes time to consider your family's insurance needs, it's time to call Arthur Insurance Agency in Raton or in Angel Fire. Home, auto, life, business, health, mobile homes, renters, motorcycles, boats, recreational vehicles, builder's risk program, umbrella insurance. Serving all of northeastern New Mexico, your family deserves the best. Arthur Insurance Agency.
And you can find us fast in names and numbers for the Arthur Insurance Agency.
You need acetylene, helium, oxygen for commercial use, and other specialty gases? Well, no problem. For years, Bennett's at 329 South 1st Street in Raton has been providing mixed gases, plus all welding supplies, including rod, wire, helmets, gloves, and a large assortment of metal. Call 445-3281, and Bennett's will get your order filled fast and get you up and running. And if you have to make a road trip, Bennett's rents U-Hauls. Bennett's, welding supplies, commercial gases, and U-Haul rental at 329 South 1st Street in Raton. Phone 445-3281 for Bennett's.
All right, home opener for the Lady Tigers. About time we saw them. They're 11-3 and finally come home. And they're leading here at the top of the second inning over district foe Santa Rosa. Again, it's 2-0. And at the plate is Maya Gonzalez. No, excuse me, that's Isabel Sanchez. Isabel Sanchez looks at strike one. So it's 1-1 to begin the second inning. Again, Lady Tigers up 2-0 on a blustery Friday afternoon. Middlebrook paints the outside corner with some heat, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Isabel Sanchez, the right fielder for Santa Rosa. More heat, but this one stays outside and high. Hayden Middlebrook. It's going to be a foul ball. Tess Chatterley makes a nice scoop on it, but it's about a foot on the foul side of the first base line, so 2 balls, 2 strikes on Isabel Sanchez. Kind of a change-up. That'll go down third base. Third base up, over, and nice play. Beautiful play. Raton's third baseman, Jalen Quintana. Right on the line, she comes up with a gun and gets the first out here in the second inning. Strike one to Maya Gonzalez. She is the shortstop. Batting sixth. And with 1 out here in the second inning. So she's going to foul this one back up over our heads and out of play. 0-2. Hayden Middlebrook walked the first batter in the first inning and then came back with 3 straight strikeouts. And she gets Gonzalez in the middle of the back, hit by pitch. And so that will put a runner on first with one out. And it's Jaden Chavez. Ball hit Gonzalez right in the middle of the back. She's kind of walking it off there past first base. But she's back on the base now, and we're ready for the pitch to Jaden Chavez, which is strike on the outside corner. Raton leading 2-0. We're in the top of the second. There goes the runner. Medina throws and just misses, putting the runner out. Gonzalez slides behind the throw, and it's a stolen base. She's at second with one out. And make that a swing and a miss. Mighty cut by Jaden Chavez. Comes up empty, and so it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. With one out and one on here in the second inning for the Lady Lions. It's a backwards K, caught looking, and the 4th strikeout for Middlebrook. Jaden Chavez is the victim for the second out here in the second inning. Batter is H. Chavez. Let's see what the H stands for. Haley Chavez. Third baseman looks at ball one. Right back up the middle off the glove of Middlebrook. Looks like it's going to score a run coming in home. What a throw by Paige Lemons. It's not going to score a run. Safe at third. The runner moves to second. Paige Lemons on a rope. Kept the runner from scoring. If she'd have come on, she'd have been dead to rights by about 4 steps. So Medina fires to third, and the runner back in, Maya Gonzalez. So runners on second and third. And the batter is Angelino Enciso. Ball one on Enciso. High and outside, ball two. So we have 2 outs, but they are threatening with runners on second and third for the Lions. Oh, off the foot of Chatterley as she tries to go to her right to pick up the ground ball, and it scoots out. Middlebrook picks it up, but the run does score, and we've got runners on the corners. And let's see who is up at bat. Number 3, Muniz, Sadia Muniz. She gets a Texas leaguer on down the right field line. And so that's going to bring in, it's going to bring in Chavez to tie the game. And then we have runners on the corners again. Two hits, a hit batsman, and almost another one as Santa Rosa advances to second. Does Enciso. Runners on second and third. We have 2 outs, and we're tied at 2-all. That's a little bit low. Muniz walked in the first inning, first batter up. And it's 2-0 on her now. So that's Alexa Diaz. Alexa is the left fielder. She'll knock it back into the screen. So Lady Lions have scored 2 with 2 outs. Couple of hits and an error. Change up, and she'll battle it foul down the third baseline. High heat, strikeout, out number 3. So Lady Lions scored 2. There were 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 were left. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Raton coming up to bat in a tie ball game, 2-2. Lady Tigers softball here on KRTN, brought to you by our Tiger Roar Sports Club.
Bruno's Pizza and Wings at 133 Cook Avenue in downtown Raton. Bruno's has 12 different types of pizza, 2 sizes to choose from, and they offer vegetarian and gluten-free. They have 9 flavors of wings. Bruno's has great salad options. They still make their dough daily and stretch it when you order your pizza. They still welcome families in all ages and still have dine-in or takeout in downtown Raton, 133 Cook Avenue. Bruno's Pizza and Wings.
All right, thanks to our Tiger Roar Sports Club sponsors, Bruno's Pizza and Wings, and others, as we go into the bottom of the second inning, home half of the second. Lady Tigers will have Hayden Middlebrook, Soraya V. Hill, and Carissa Trujillo. Middlebrook fouls this one back, strike 1. Hayden Middlebrook going into the game batting a .333. So defense and offense, both for the Raton senior. On the outside corner. Now Muniz doesn't have a lot of heat, a lot of speed, but she's got good placement. And Middlebrook looked like a grapefruit coming up there, and Middlebrook swings and misses for the first out here in the second inning. That's the first strikeout for Muniz. And Soraya V. Hill looks at ball 1. Soraya, a sophomore. And she smokes this over the left fielder's head. It'll be extra bases. It'll be 2 and maybe 3. She's coming in, so is the throw. Stand-up triple. Soraya V. Hill got all of that. The left fielder Diaz was playing a little bit too close. The ball goes to the fence, and V. Hill gets on her horse, shows the speed, and gets a stand-up triple. Back up the middle on the first pitch to bring in the run is Raton's Carissa Trujillo. On the first pitch, back up the middle. Carissa, also a sophomore. And so it's Avea Marquez. She squares to bunt. It goes high, and the pitcher will catch it for out number 2. Trujillo gets back to first base safely. So we got 2 outs. Ball gets by the catcher, and so runner on second now. We start the top of the order with Jennifer Materano. Materano scored in the first. And it's 2-0 now on the senior. With 2 outs. Down the third base line, it's going to score another run. Gets by the third baseman, gets by the left fielder, and Coach Barksdale says, use that speed, and she does. Inside the park home run for Jennifer Materano. 2 RBIs herself, and brings in Carissa Trujillo. So Lady Tigers now up 5-2. And the batter is Addison Medina. Addison was out on a fielder's choice in the first. And hit by the pitch. So Addison on first with 2 outs. That'll bring Tess Chatterley, the Raton first baseman, to the plate. She squares around to bunt, pulls it back out, and the ball gets by the catcher and down to second base, Addie Medina. Another stolen base. She's got 16 now on the season. Tess Chatterley hits it hard. Medina is going to be waved home, and she'll score. Chatterley is at second and going to stay there. So Tess Chatterley has an RBI double. Medina scores. That's 4 here in the second inning. And now the coach wants a conference. That's Anthony Moncayo, head coach. Boys are playing at Gabrelli Field, also against Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa is leading the boys district 6AA. Raton played Las Vegas Robertson yesterday and lost 15-4. So I believe they're playing a doubleheader too. So at the plate is Paige Lemons with Tess Chatterley. So it's just one varsity game for the boys. Varsity doubleheader here for the girls today. So on the pass ball, Chatterley's at third. 2 outs. Paige Lemons singled and scored in the first inning. And just knocks it foul down the third baseline. Out in front of that one, just a little bit too much. Lady Tigers have speed and more speed. And down the third base line, third base can't scoop it. It will bring in Chatterley. Lemons is going to slide into second safely. Just can't hesitate with this speed. Again, Lemons gets a single, an RBI, and then on the throw-in, makes second base. So that'll bring in the Raton third baseman, Jalen Quintana. In the dirt, and it's going to be a stolen base for Lemons on a wild pitch. So runner at third. Raton has already brought in 5 here in the second inning. Two balls, no strikes on Quintana. Make it 3 balls, no strikes. Now the wind has died down somewhat. From gale force to... And there's a hit to right. Make that left center off the center fielder's glove. And so one is in. It might be an inside the Parker, and it is. More speed shown by Jalen Quintana. An error on the center fielder, and it turns into an inside the park home run. 7 here in the second inning scored by the Lady Tigers. And then Middlebrook is going to hit a Texas leaguer out over the shortstop's head for another hit and to keep the inning alive. Hayden started the inning with a strikeout. So she'll be the 10th batter, or she was the 10th batter. Thank you. Boone is the courtesy runner for, that's Gabriela Boone running for Middlebrook. And Soraya Vigil. Her first time up this inning, she got a hit and scored a run. And it's going to be Boone stealing second base. No let up by the Lady Tigers as far as base running goes. They push it to the limit. Ball 2. Soraya Vigil, Raton left fielder, hits it down to the third baseman. She picks it up, and let's see what they say. They're going to say she got clipped by the tag. Third baseman was going to throw it home or to first base. Chavez was going to throw it to first base, but decided to turn around and got Boone coming in around trying to get to third for the third out.
BTU is known for quality, experience, and service with block and concrete. Their products include ready-mix concrete, concrete blocks, septic tanks, sand and gravel, and forming supplies. They are a full-service company with ready-mix trucks and concrete pumps to handle any situation with plenty of experience and reliability. But did you also know they carry ceramic tile, porcelain tile, commercial and residential carpet, laminate flooring, and a large selection of glass blocks? BTU, phone 445-2373.
Builder's First Source in Raton and Angel Fire is your source for building materials for both residential and commercial construction. Each location carries a wide variety of products, and paint by Valspar in Raton. Builder's First Source is at 455 North First Street. It's open Monday through Saturday. Phone 575-445-2725. In Angel Fire, they're on Highway 434. Phone 575
877-377-2333. Builder's First Source in Raton and Angel Fire.
All right, Builder's First Source also is a supporter and sponsor of our This, That, and the Other program in the mornings at 8 a.m. All right, we're starting the third with Leah Moncayo in the batter's box, facing Hayden Middlebrook, and she hits the first pitch to the shortstop. Over, strong throw over Matarano to Chatterley for the first out. Nice scoop. It'll bring Chavez. Strike. Chavez struck out in the first. Floodgates open for the Lady Tigers. A big crooked number there in the second inning. 7 runs, so they lead 7-2 right now. Gets a piece of it, fouls it off, though, for strike 2. That's Caden Chavez, center fielder, looks at ball 1. The first of 2 games here at Jim Wade Field for varsity. Boys are playing at Gabrelli Field. Swing and a miss. Another K for Middlebrook. Six strikeouts for Hayden. Isabel Sanchez grounded out to third base in the first inning, looks at ball 1. Again, Raton leading 9-2. A little bit low as we're in the top of the third inning. 2-0 on Sanchez. That's got the inside corner at the knees. Strike 1. We were just saying how Hayden Middlebrook has really come of age and really improved here on the mound for the Lady Tigers. Three and 1. Sanchez will be followed by Gonzalez outside, just a hair. So the second base on balls issued by Middlebrook will put a runner on first with 2 out for Amaya Gonzalez. And here comes the wind again. Gonzalez was hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Scored Santa Rosa's first run. And she'll hit a knuckleball. Second baseman is going to not be able to get it. Goes by Marquez. Had a lot of spin on it. And Avea couldn't come up with it, so we've got runners on first and second for Jaden Chavez. This one gets by Medina, and so runners move up one more base. We got runners on second and third now with 2 outs. Raton leading 9-2. Chavez struck out looking in the second inning. You're looking at a strike right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. This to the shortstop. Big hop from Matarano. Fires it over to Chatterley for the third out. Second time the 6-3 combination goes into the books. So no runs, there was one hit, there were no errors, and there were two left. We go to the bottom of the third. Raton leading Santa Rosa 9-2. Back in a minute with more Lady Tiger softball.
CarQuest Raton and CarQuest Trinidad is your independently owned and operated local CarQuest stores. Now they have CarQuest Raton and CarQuest Trinidad is your independently owned and operated local CarQuest stores. Now they have great products, great prices, and great people giving great service. At CarQuest, save on products for your fleet and farm. Anything you need for your vehicle, including every type of tool for every job, available at your local Raton CarQuest at 326 South 2nd Street or your Trinidad CarQuest at 450 West Main. D&T Auto and Truck Repair in Raton on the York Canyon Road. And D&T offers all major brands of tires, including Goodyear and Cooper and more. And they have next day service. You order the tires you want, they'll be delivered, mounted, balanced, and ready to roll the next day. Plus, they do alignment. Located at 429 York Canyon Road in Raton on Highway 555. That's just 3/4 of a mile west of the Tractor Supply. It's D&T Truck and Auto Repair on the York Canyon Road in Raton.
Okay, we get to see the Lady Tigers at home, their first home game. 11-3 on the season, 4-0 in district, and playing district opponent Santa Rosa with a 9-2 lead into the third inning. At the plate for the Lady Tigers is number 4, Chloe Gallegos. Chloe looks at ball 2. Well, you could tell it's the first time I've seen the Lady Tigers, huh? That's Carissa Trujillo. Carissa Trujillo fouls it back into the screen here. First batter in the third inning, it's 3-1. And the Lady Tigers are leading 9-2. Carissa singled and scored in the second inning, and she hits a single over the second baseman's head, and they bring it in quickly to keep Carissa on first. So Carissa is 2 for 2. And the leadoff batter aboard here in the third inning. Swing and a miss for Marquez. Gets by the catcher, and so Trujillo makes it on down to second base into scoring position. Avea Marquez hits it high in the air and about the same place as Trujillo did. And it's going to be a base hit and will move Trujillo to third. Marquez stays on first with a single. So back-to-back singles, runners on the corners. And we start all over at the top of the lineup with Jennifer Maturano. Maturano has been at the plate twice and has scored twice and looks at a ball. And they're trying to get the runner in a rundown, and they do. And it's a double play. Trying to move into third base was Avea Marquez. Again, Raton with aggressive base running, and it bit him that time. Santa Rosa Lions, the catcher faked the throw to second, went to the shortstop. Shortstop came home. got Trujillo at home, and then Marquez tried to go over to third, and a good throw there, and she was out. So we have 2 outs. Instead of 2 on. Materano looks at a ball. It's 3-0 now on Raton shortstop. She gets a base on balls. Lady Tigers, let's see, that's their first base on balls. They've been aggressive, so they swing at anything close. And catcher Addison Medina had a hit and scored a run in the second, and looks at ball 1. Materano is going to take third. She stole second. The throw was off the mark to the shortstop side of the bag and goes into the center field, and Materano didn't hesitate one step. She made it to third and is there with 2 outs. Just inside for Addison Medina. And that's ball 3-0. And just a little bit high. So Addie Medina has a base on balls, and it's first and third for Tess Chatterley. Tess got a double, an RBI double, in that 7-run second inning. This bounces in front. Now they try the old trick play again. Catcher throwing to the shortstop, and Raton had nothing to do with it this time as Materano stays put on third. And runner on second now is Addison Medina. This is going to be a base hit over the shortstop's head. It's going to score 2. And a 2-out, 2 RBI single for Tess Chatterley. So Raton never given up with 2 outs. It's 11-2 now. And at the plate is Paige Lemons. Paige is 2 for 2 and has scored 2 runs. Squares to bunt, but it's going to get by. She pulls the bat back. Chatterley goes to second on the stolen base. And so Paige Lemons has an RBI opportunity with Raton again leading 11-2 here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First of 2 games. Muniz skips it in. So this is the 3rd straight batter that the count's gone to 3-0. Paige Lemons again squares around, pulls it back, and it's going to be ball 4. Runners on first and second, Jalen Quintana, Raton third baseman. And she knocks it. The center fielder plays it perfectly, though. Goes right into her glove. Kate Chavez, right place, right time. Raton, though, scores 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Raton leading 11-2 when we come back with Lady Tiger softball here on KRTN.
The Farmers Insurance Agency in Raton and Jamie Mares invite you to come in and see why Farmers Insurance is a one-stop shop. One provider for all your insurance needs, saves you time, and most important, saves you money. Jamie and Iris can get a quote fast, and no one offers more discounts than Farmers. At 1400 South 2nd Street in Raton, at the corner of Kearney and South 2nd. Call them at 575-445-8985.
Are you or a loved one looking to take your health, fitness, or athletic abilities to the next level? Our coaches and trainers at Hammer Forge Athletics and Training Center are here to help. We have a variety of classes and programs for people of all skill levels. Come take a tour at our training center located at 125 South 2nd Street in Raton. Meet owner and head coach Elizabeth Ortega. Check out hammerforgeathletics.com for more information. Forge your greatness at Hammer Forge Athletics and Training Center.
Well, the Lady Tigers scored 2 in their half of the third, and they lead 11-2 now. We're at the top of the fourth. Haley Chavez for Santa Rosa knocks it foul down the first baseline, strike one. It's going to be Angelina Enciso on deck, and then the top of the order, Aria Muniz. So Chavez, last time up, singled and scored. Fouls that off, so it's 0-2. Again, late on a fastball by Middlebrook. Goes foul down the first baseline. It remains 0-2 on Haley Chavez. (11-2), Raton Lady Tigers swinging. Gets by the catcher Medina, but Medina scoops it up quickly, fires it down first, and another K for Middlebrook. The 7th strikeout for the Raton pitcher. Angelina Enciso looks at ball one. Inside, ball two. So we haven't seen the Lady Tigers all season, and now we're going to see them quite a bit. And it's going to be Mora coming in. That's tomorrow. And that's going to be a doubleheader, 11 a.m. Boy, there's going to be a lot of baseball and softball tomorrow. Raton Little League also with their opening ceremonies at 10 a.m., and they'll have a lot of games there as well. FCCLA also came and visited us with our This, That, and the Other program, and they'll be having a bake sale, 8 to 11 tomorrow. On 3-0, swing and a miss for Enciso. And this is in the dirt. And so ball four, that is the third walk for Hayden Middlebrook. And so we're going to have a pinch runner. Gallegos is going to run for Enciso. And we're at the top of the order. Aria Muniz. One for one. She actually walked and then singled her last time up, but was left stranded. Again, Lady Tigers scored 2 in the first, 7 in the second, and then 3 in the third inning, and lead 11-2. So runner on first, one out. Muniz, the batter. Down low, gets by Maturano. Maturano's whirls and throws to second, but the runner is in safely. Gallegos. Again, low in the dirt. Eden's kind of shaking her pitching hand. I don't think it's any injury, but just outside. Nothing wrong with the velocity on that one, but it is 3-1. With a runner on second and one out. Back-to-back walks. So runners on first and second, Alexa Diaz. And we do have a timeout. Jonathan Cabriales comes out to talk a little bit. Again, Hayden's kind of shaking her pitching hand. Like might have been gone numb or something. So Raton Brain Trust just making sure everything's all right, taking a deep breath and not wanting this to turn into a rally, leading 11-2 with runners on first and second, one out. And here's a new batter. This is Size. And she runs the count to 2-0. Don't have a first name. She tips it. Maturano can't hang it in the glove, but does get it back. 2 balls, 1 strike. This is going to go straight up. Let's see, center field. Paige Lemons settles in underneath it for the second out. Paige has got the speed. She's got the arm out there, too. She saved a run there in the second inning with a throw in. So 2 outs. And at the plate is Leah Moncayo, the catcher. Ball low. Medina chases it down, keeps the runners second at first and second.
You know, we haven't seen the girls, all season. Of course, this is 14 games out. Obviously, the girls have improved greatly since last year.
On the nose, it's going to be a base hit. It's going to get by Paige Lemons, so one is going to score. And let's see if they wave the other one. Well, they should have, but then they did. So 2 will score. It gets by third base. And she'll stay at third. Leah Moncayo stays at third base. 2 RBIs with 2 outs. She hit it right on the nose. Gets to the fence in center field. And Moncayo gets to third base, making it 11-4. Caden Chavez is the next batter. Caden has 2 strikeouts. There it is. Inside right at the knees. And a slow tapper. Middlebrook's going to underhand it over to Chatterley for the 3rd out here in the 4th inning. So we had 2 runs. We had 1 hit. We had no errors, and we had 1 left. So the top half of the 4th inning, Tigers come up to bat, leading 11-4. Back with more Lady Tigers softball here after this.
Hometown Properties in Raton offers a wide range of services. To wash your furry friend, their self-service dog wash. To wash your dirty vehicle, their automatic and self-serve car wash. Hometown Properties even offers self-storage for all your storage needs. And they even have space available in their mobile home park for your single-wide and RV trailers. Give them a call today at 719-330-4734. Hometown Properties, located at 1005 South 2nd Street and at 109 Grant Avenue in Raton.
Okay, Hometown Properties, John Brown, he came into this, that, and the other earlier this week. Actually, it was last week. And he alerted us that there are going to be some new digs in town. It's going to be a laser handless car wash. So, no-touch car wash. Laser technology, and they're putting that right now in there on South 2nd Street. So it should be done. John was saying hopefully by this coming Tuesday. All right, so let's see. Muniz remains on the mound. And it's going to be Hayden Middlebrook leading off the Raton 4th inning. Hayden, 1 for 2, was stranded there in the 2nd inning. Will lead off the 4th inning. Delay, I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on. Oh, the umpire. That's been a challenge all year, and probably will be too for the rest of the year. We've had at least 2 games postponed for the Lady Tigers because of the lack of umpires. But they will play Estancia on the 21st, on Tuesday, part of those makeup games. Ball 1 to Middlebrook as we start the 4th inning. Raton leading 11-4. Soraya Vigil and Carissa Trujillo on deck and in the hole. Strike 1 to Middlebrook. Again, Hayden starting the game had a .333 batting average. That's outside. 2-1. And this is golfed into right field and hits in front of the right fielder. It goes by her, and Middlebrook will go in with a stand-up double. Well, we'll call it a single and then an extra base on the error. Regardless, Middlebrook is going to be... We'll get somebody to run for her
like
now. Boone did it last time, and she's going to do it again.
And looks like Paige Lemons was warming up. Maybe she will be in to pitch next inning.
Way high on a pitch to Raton's Soraya Vigil. Vigil pummeled the ball in her last at bat. Looks at ball 2. Goes over the pitcher's head on the throwback, and so Boone will come into third, and she might have been able to score. Gets by everybody and goes over near the dugout here for Santa Rosa down the third base line. So runner on third, nobody out. Soraya V. Hill in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes on the Raton left fielder. And she'll knock it down. And they're going to be safe at first, safe at home. Boone went back. And then when the throw went over to first, it got by the first baseman. So Boone scores the 12th run for the Lady Tigers. And in safely at second is Soraya V. Hill. On the error on the throw. Carissa Trujillo. Is going to golf it into right field, and the right fielder and the second baseman collide. Second baseman still on the ground. I think she's going to be okay. Yeah, they help her up. She gimps and limps a little bit, but she's going to be okay. So I think we'll call that a base hit for Trujillo. And Soraya V. Hill moves to third. And it gets by the catcher, and Soraya V. Hill is going to come in and score the 13th Raton run. (13-4). And again, Carissa Trujillo is the batter. It's a ball. So Carissa Trujillo is on second. Avea Marquez is at the plate with a 2-ball, 1-strike count for the Lady Tigers, leading 13-4. That's going to come right in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We don't have anybody out here in the 4th inning. We've got 2 runs in. That's going to bounce in for the full count. When does the 10-run rule take effect? What inning?
At least the 5th, I think.
Okay. Knock into right field, past the right fielder. That's going to score Trujillo easily. On her high horse is Marquez. Might be an inside the park home run, and it is. Woo! Speed from top to bottom of the lineup for the Lady Tigers. Marquez gets a hard knock into right field. Right fielder can't handle it. It gets to the fence. And Marquez gets to home with Raton's 15th run. And swinging on the first pitch, it's going to be popped out to the third baseman. And that's Jennifer Maturano. She'll be the first out here in the 4th inning. Lady Tigers not wasting any time. Addison Medina. Strike.
Low at the knees.
Addison has 2 hits and has scored 2 runs. Pulls the trigger on that one, but doesn't quite get the solid part of the bat on it, and it fouls it back into the screen. 0-2. And she is going to set it to the right fielder. Right fielder makes a pass at it, but it's going to go to the fence, and Medina, she's going to be waved home. Here comes the throw, not in time. Boy, you get anything to the fence, and it's a track meet for these Lady Tigers.
16
Addison Medina
4.
Scores the 5th run here in the 4th inning. And as Marty said, 16-4 now. Tess Chatterley hits it hard. Second baseman can't come up with it, and Tess, her speed, has her on first base. Can't give them a crack of an opening, and they'll run right past you. So error on the second baseman, and we have a runner on first with 1 out for Paige Lemons. Dribbles in ball 1. Paige Lemons, Jalen Quintana, and then we start with Hayden Middlebrook, who started this inning. Raton has already batted around in the 2nd inning. They sent 11 to the plate in a 7-run 2nd inning. They've got 5 runs here in the 4th and golfed it over the head of the second baseman. It's to the fence. Tess Chatterley is going to come in, and then Paige Lemon's going to be held up.
17-4. These girls are on fire today.
They're hitting the ball good, that's for sure.
Sure, making their first home game of the season of a good one.
So here's Jalen Quintana, Raton third baseman, looks at ball 1. She flied out to the center fielder in the 3rd inning. She'll be the 9th batter here in this 4th inning for the Lady Tigers. It was inside, so it's 2-0. And going to foul it back and going to be out on a foul ball, put out. Quintana pops out to Moncayo for the 2nd out here in the 4th inning.
Ball 1.
Ball 1 on Hayden Middlebrook, who started this inning.
She wouldn't have to get much to get Paige in, sitting at 3rd. Paige is the speedster.
Throw back down to 3rd. It hits Paige, and Paige wanted to come, but it didn't quite get away far enough from the shortstop, Gonzalez, so Paige holds her ground there at 3rd. Yeah, the engine is always running for these Lady Tigers.
Hayden wanted that one.
Mighty swing. That's high.
Wonder if they'll walk her.
Well, it's 3-1. Well, they did walk her. I don't think intentionally. They throw to 3rd. Paige comes home.
Safe. 18-4.
Threw the ball to third base as Paige faked that she was going to be in no man's land, and soon as the throw came out, she broke for home and scores the 7th run. Another 7-run inning.
Boone comes out as a courtesy runner once again for Hayden.
So, possibility of scoring 2 runs here in the 4th inning for the Hayden Middlebrook spot. So it's 18-4. And the batter is Soraya V. Hill. First time up in this inning, she got on an error and scored.
If she can bring Boone home, we'll end the game with a 15-run rule.
Hits it hard down the third baseline. Third baseman up, over, and just puts her out by 1 step. Good play by Chavez. On the ground ball put out. So Raton, 7 runs. Let's see. 4 hits. There were 2 errors. And there was 1 left. It's 18-4 when we go to the top of the 5th inning. Lady Tiger softball continues here on KRTN.
At the First National Loan Production Office, we find solutions. Sometimes we make a suggestion that is somewhat different than your initial loan request. We use our experience to consider all the options. We don't just hand down a decision from on high. Personal service is our promise to you. The First National Loan Production Office is affiliated with the First National Bank in Trinidad, equal housing lender, and member FDIC.
And we do have a change of pitcher for the Raton Lady Tigers. That is Jalen Quintana, who's going to start the 5th inning. And this is hit to Chatterley. Chatterley over to first base, covering perfectly was Avea Marquez. Chatterley had to come in, couldn't get it on the fly, turned around, and Marquez was trailing the play for the first out. So it's Maya Gonzalez, third baseman. 1 for 1, scored a run in the 2nd inning. And foul ball, just fouled down the third base line. Now Hayden Middlebrook has moved over to third. So Quintana and Middlebrook just switch positions here in the 5th. And this is going to be lofted out of play, foul, strike 2. A little outside. So that'll make the count 2-1. No, that wasn't 2-1. She did have 2 strikes. Blue held up 2-1. She swung on the pitch. It was a strikeout, but the ball did get by Maturano, so Maturano couldn't throw out the runner at first. So that's where the runner, Gonzalez, is. The batter up is Jaden Chavez. She fouls off the first pitch, strike one.
Two fouls.
Right down the third base line. Santa Rosa coach makes a good play on it. Ball outside. One ball, two strikes, and there's a foul tip. Batter stays in there, Jaden Chavez. Ball. Martirano comes out and chases the Gonzalez runner back to first base. 2-2. Fouls it back to the screen right in front of the scorer's booth here. Count remains 2-2. So Quintana doesn't have the velocity of a Hayden Middlebrook.
But they're swinging at it.
They're swinging at it. She's got to make them hit it. Or let them hit it. And that goes foul down the left field line. Remains 2-2. With a runner on first here in the fifth inning.
And
there's a strikeout. There's a little velocity. Quintana reared back and got Chavez to K for the second out. And then it's Haley Chavez. Ball in the dirt. Medina picks it up, fires it down. Martirano moves in front. The runner is safe. (18-4). Raton a couple of 7-run innings, one in the second and one in the last, one in the fourth inning. To Martirano. Martirano up across the infield over to Chatterley. Another 6-3 put out for the Raton Lady Tigers. No runs, there were no hits, and there was one left. It's 18-4. Raton leading Santa Rosa. Lady Tigers softball will continue in 1 minute here on KRTN.
K-Bob. Keep that good food coming.
K-Bob Steakhouse in South Raton, serving those mouth-watering steaks, chicken fries, and delicious Mexican food. K-Bob's open 7 days a week with daily luncheon and dinner specials. K-Bob's can cater from their kitchen to your table, and they have their big banquet room ready for your special occasion. K-Bob's Salad Wagon has returned.
Keep that good food coming. Serving the food America loves. K-Bob.
They're going to call that the game?
I guess they're going to call that the game. You're 18-4, so they not much use in Raton coming back out and going to bat.
Okay,
So
yeah, they're putting their warm-ups on.
Call the game.
So, congratulations, Lady Tigers, 12-3 and 5-0 in District 6AA. Lady Tigers, again, a barrage of hits. They scored 2 in the first, 7 in the second. They scored 2 in the third, and then another 7 in the fourth, 18. And then for the Santa Rosa Lions, they got 2 in the second and 2 in the fourth. And so Lady Tigers have the lead in district softball. They'll play another game here, probably about 15 minutes or so. We just heard from K-Bob's, one of our Tiger Wars Sports Club sponsors, K-Bob's. I want to thank them for what they do for the community. They are accepting donations for the Bikes for Readers program for Longfellow Elementary. They'll accept those through May the 10th, so they're giving all of the good readers at Longfellow, they're rewarding them with a bike or a gift certificate. And so if you would like to help, you can donate there at K-Bob's, either a bike or a cash donation for Bikes for Readers.
Olga, Principal Olga Neurotter last night indicated that they had 35 bikes already, and we're looking to hit 50 as their target on
Okay.
that. So she was
another example of the generosity of our community, that is for sure. Well, again, congratulations to the Lady Tigers, but their work is not done. They've got another game here that will start probably in about 10 minutes or so. Congratulations again to the coaches also, Tommy Barksdale, Jonathan Cabriales, and Stevie Medina, all helping the cause for the Raton Lady Tigers softball team. We want to thank our Tiger Wars Sports Club sponsors, and we will name some names also. Thanks again to K-Bob's, also the All Seasons Gift Shop, Arthur Insurance, Bennett's, Bruno's, Pizza and Wings, BTU Block and Concrete, Burco Chemical, CarQuest, the City of Raton, D&T Auto and Truck Repair, Farmers Insurance, First National Loan Production, Hammer Forged Athletics, Hometown Properties, K-Bob's, Marty Mayfield. Yeah, we know that guy. McDonald's, MCMC, Mesa Pharmacy, McGowan Chiropractic, Pack and Stack Storage, The Pack Rat, Park Avenue Insurance, Pendleton Oil, Raton Natural Gas, Raton Waterworks, Raton Public Service Company, Realty One and Wendy Maletta, State Farm Agent Jose Archuleta, Solano's Boot and Western Wear, TNT Pest Control, Willow Springs Traders, and Woody's Furniture and Appliance. A long list of supporters of our young athletes here. So you went to the Raton Board of Education meeting last night. Had a good write-up on
big topic on 4-day versus a 5-day school. See, up until this year, State of New Mexico was not real clear on just exactly how or whether or not the bigger schools could go to a 4-day school. This year, the legislation changed, and apparently the Las Vegas City School Board realized that, noticed that, and decided that Las Vegas City Schools were going to go on a 4-day school week. So Raton found out about it Wednesday afternoon, and said, hey, let's talk about it. Jason Phillips, board president, started the conversation last night, and they tabled the approval of the calendar. They're going to
until they can look at it.
Until they can kind of take a look at it. They're going to get input from citizens. They're going to get input from faculty and staff. And the big question is, do you want a 4-day? Do you want a 5-day? Monday or Friday is kind of what the question is going to be. So we shall.
There's a lot of pros, a lot of cons.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're going to change the schedule, you've got a lot of dominoes that are going to fall.
Well, they've got to get it done real quick because the deadline is May 8th, or rather May 12th.
So
May 12th.
They want public input, obviously.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And then they're going to have the meeting come May
11th is what
Okay.
they've rescheduled their May meeting for May 11th, and not sure just how much or what, but I think they're going to have to decide on what they're going to do with the schedule, so we shall see.
All right, we shall wait and see. Again, thanks to our Tiger Wars Sports Club sponsors. Marty, thanks to you for setting up the equipment. 18-4 was the final. We're going to play the second game here in just a few minutes. We'll have to go up and see what the boys' score is.
12-2 in the fifth.
12-2 in the fifth.
Top of the fifth.
Okay.
12-2 in the top
All
of
right.
the fifth.
We've got another of our family out there.
So
Holly was up at the field.
Did that end the game?
Bottom of the fifth, probably have to.
Okay.
And so, was it Santa Rosa on top?
Yeah. Santa Rosa on top.
All right. Okay. I guess we'll go home and say congratulations to the Lady Tigers. Again, they will be playing again tomorrow. They'll play Mora here. It's going to be a doubleheader. And then they'll turn around on Tuesday and do that makeup with Estancia. And I believe that's a doubleheader too as well. So, all right.
They play Mora tomorrow, and that's a makeup game.
Okay.
Doubleheader makeup
and that's
game.
at 11 a.m. So, again, a lot happening down here. At the ball fields, again, Raton Little League going to be doing their opening ceremonies and a lot of games here tomorrow. Opening ceremonies, I believe, are at 10:15 for the Raton Little League. All right, we'll close it out. Again, Billy D saying thank you for listening, and we'll take it back to the studios of KRTN.